Hey guys, making a quick video because I don't really have a lot to do this week. It's been kind of windy. We're supposed to get more wind by the end of the week, and all those things that I want to do I kind of can't do. But since last week I made a video filming Sadra's new dress, but it basically got consumed by the void because my card reader exploded. If you saw on Instagram, you saw the picture that I posted of it, and it burst into pieces. So I don't know how that happened. I guess it was just junk, and I have something on my glasses, but I don't care. Okay, so quick update for this week. I will start with Sadra. So Sadra is my Argonautica doll Melee 1/4 plus, and she's kind of been a struggle to like create for, and mostly because of her size. She's her hips are really wide, and her waist is small, and her bust isn't that big. So between all of that, she kind of gets a little irritating, I guess you could say. But since my sewing has kind of gotten better in the last year, I'd say, making patterns and stuff and doing that kind of thing is easier for me. So I was able to basically do a tape form pattern like I've done for a couple, actually I've done it for almost all of my girl dolls now, for her, and then make her a pattern for this dress, which I'm really kind of happy about. It's got, I don't know if you can see, but it does have darts, and it's got, I don't know the name of the neckline off the top of my head, but I absolutely, I love the way it looks. That was from my necklace that broke. But, so she's, went to Joann's for fabric, and I saw this and I thought, well, that would make a really nice accent belt. I think I'm going to make her a petticoat. She needs different shoes because these are definitely not what I want, but I'm going to make a petticoat, and I'm going to fray the edges so that when it sticks out it's like all rough and stuff. But yeah, and she got new eyes, which turned out really great. So she's looking almost perfectly how she should. I do need to get Deacon and Cade's stuff going. I'm struggling with him a little bit. I don't want to get him a new body because then he'll be in a different size than her, and they're supposed to be a couple. But speaking of Deacon, if you follow my Instagram, you know I was struggling because color matching his new body was going to be a pain. He also got new eyes, which turned out fantabulous. I think I finally figured out how to get them to work the way I want, and like cure and all the paint and stuff. So I'm really excited about that. But I dyed his body about 2 weekends ago. So that's his head, which is Diastol. I believe she called this Deep Oriental. So I got Rit Dye more. I looked on the website, I followed their color charts, and I did the best I could to compare on the website to his head. I did take a couple photos too to like see if I could get it as accurate as possible. Frankly, I think I did a pretty damn good job. So this is after dyeing his head, or his body, completely. It's a little washed out, but if you compare it to the back of his head, his neck joint, or his neck piece, it's actually really good. I'm really impressed with how this turned out. he'll obviously get some blushing and stuff, and yeah, that looks way better than it did on the last video. So that's probably the best, most accurate depiction, other than the photos that I put on Instagram, because that's like almost, I almost can't tell the difference between these. So don't want to get it too close, because then it might wash it out. But yeah, that's like, when he was standing back here, you could definitely tell the difference between his head and his body, and now I almost can't, and it's great. I'm so ecstatic. So hopefully the weather gets nice enough that I can redo his face up and get going. Oh wow, so his face up is a lot darker, but when you compare it to the back of his head, I touch their faces a lot. I'm not a very good doll mom. I have a tendency of, I don't baby my dolls. I kind of I do everything with them. That's why I did her hands, and she's already got a chip in her hand paint from dressing and redressing, because she's been helping with shop stuff this month, which has been really fun. I have a really fun pattern for paper bag shorts, and it fits all the dolls that I have or have had. She being the hippiest, and then Tamsin's Dolly's body being like kind of thin. And they're a little snug around Tamsin's waist, so I bet they would fit dolls like Minifee or the slimmer minis. I think they'd fit. I may have to test that at some point. Who knows when that'll happen? Mostly because I don't have plans for a Minifee ever. I'm over that line of dolls. I do have plans for reshelling Lorian. I want to get Tamsin a new body. I think I want to get her the new Dolly's Myth body, and I think I might reshell her into Layla. I'm kind of struggling with the elves, so I might just remove the elven aspect from the story and just keep everything else the same. Mostly because finding elven sculpts that look good together and work is a little harder than finding just normal characters, normal heads and stuff. So plus I've kind of been bitten by the dye bug. I think I want to dye more dolls. It was really easy for me, like really easy. I thought it was going to be harder. I thought it was going to turn out not good, and it turned out perfect. Every piece is perfect. So I'm really excited about that. And I wanted like a mint colored doll for years, and I was gonna go through Resin Soul, but now I can just buy a white skin of my favorite like company and dye her. So that'll probably happen later this year or maybe next year. I haven't decided. So Tamsin's getting a reshell into, I think I'm going to definitely go with the Dolly's Myth Layla. I like the body proportions, and I like that head a lot. With Deacon being as tall as he is, finding a sculpt for Lyric has been a little difficult because he is 48 centimeters and he has a smaller than normal MSD head. So trying to find a body that is like minimum 45 centimeters and a head that isn't super large in comparison has been kind of annoying. So I've settled on with doll, raccoon doll, or soul doll. And I don't really... It's probably going to come down to either with doll or soul doll, because I really like their sculpts a lot. There's a couple that I've been eyeing for a few years, especially with doll. Olivia is by far my favorite. But I've also noticed that Mew doll has some really cute newer sculpts, particularly Daisy, and I think I kind of like her face for Lyric, but the Mew doll's heads are kind of like mini pea size. Yeah, so I don't know. And Lorian, I don't honestly know what her reshow will end up being. Eventually they will all be shelled again, and I do have plans for one more boy. He's gonna be difficult because I'm really picky about my boys. Really, really picky. But I think Lorian might end up being another Doll Leaves or maybe a Mew doll. I've really, really liked the Diedrich and Teresa sculpts from Mew, and but I like the Bohea as well. I think I'm saying that right, I'm not sure. So yeah, those will be happening at some point. My next focus, I think, was Tamsin, and I'm waiting to see if Doll Leaves will do a event in the next month or two, because I'd really like to get maybe a sale, because I usually do sales in the summer. So I'm watching Alice's collections for that, and then after Tamsin gets her body, I will be getting Lyric. I will probably be doing a layaway through Alice's collections for Soul Doll Juno, because I think I like her the best for Deacon, or Mew doll Daisy. I'm having a really hard time picking between them, because I really like the face on Daisy, but I like the proportions on Soul Doll Juno, so I'm not really sure. Now, if Marina, DS Doll, if she comes out and releases the cat head in MSD again, I'll probably be buying that head and then trying to find a body, because I missed the pre-order for cat. I think it was the SD cat head. I don't think it's been released in MSD yet, which I watched DOA for that. And I haven't seen it, at least not in the last year. I might have missed it though, because I would love to have cat with dog. So, and that head is gorgeous. So, and I love Marina's work. DS Doll is very much one of my favorite sculptors. I don't follow her on Instagram. I did though. I don't know if she's still active and posting. I should probably go and fix that. I hate Instagram lately. I hate it. But yeah. So, as soon as the weather is nice, I will be doing Deacon's face up and his body tattoos and scarring. And then working on his outfit. I'm really hoping that I can get that done soon. My plans for June are completely unorganized now. I had a laid out plan, but I don't think it's really gonna happen. I wanted to do something for Pride Month, but I'm not finding the time lately, and I can't settle on a doll that I want to make something for, so I might skip this month for Pride Month. I did something last year and I was really happy with it, but I don't know. creatively, I'm not finding the inspiration for it, and I don't want to force it and then it not be something that I really enjoy or that I'm proud of. So I will be making a fashion doll custom, hopefully by the end of the month. I don't know if it'll be a rainbow high or a monster high at this point, because I'm finding I have ideas for both, but I don't know if it'll work for both, so we'll see. Focused is primarily on getting the shop done and my characters done before I make additional stuff, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see, I don't think this shop drop will be very big. It's a lot of like shorts, and I'm perfecting a tank top pattern that is being absolutely aggravating, but I'm hoping that it fits a couple different sizes. Most of my stuff is made for the Dolly Stream body, mostly because when I first got mine, which I had a Nina like 2 years ago, that's more like 5 years ago. I struggled to find clothes for her because minifee clothes don't fit that body. The legs are too long, the hips are a little wider, so I've been making clothes for them because I know how frustrating it is when everybody makes minifee clothes but not really anything else. So I think I'm probably going to keep that body even if I do reshell Tamsin, unless the myth body is similarly proportioned. I think that's all the updates at this point. I actually really hate doing videos where I'm on camera, but I kind of wanted to talk about Sadra's dress, which I am super proud of. I love this thing. It turned out so good. Yeah. And like, she came together really, really well. I redid her face and her eyes turned out beautiful. Like, can't really see on camera. I'll have to take really good pictures. But her eyes have a little bit of like shimmer in them because I mixed the mica powder that Angela sent me with some resin and then put it around the base of the eye when I put the pupil in. So it turned out so good. And yeah, it's really nice to be able to make my own eyes. But Deacon's are kind of like a yellowy gold, and that's going to be part of his character and his things. I didn't photograph these, but I forgot. I made black sclera eyes, and I was playing with the iris and the pupil, and I basically mixed more mica powder with resin and made them silver. They kind of turned out a little lumpy in spots, but I was mostly just testing it. I do have a bunch of black sclera bases that don't have any eyes in them. I'm going to end up making a bunch of like fantasy eyes and stuff because they're fun. But yeah, so I love her so much. She turned out so stinking good. So stinking good. And you can't really tell, they kind of look blue, but her eyes are actually teal. And I just, she's great. She's great. I'm trying to get her new shoes because these are combat boots, and I bought them for the boys like years ago, and those just don't work. Those just don't work. Oh, before I forget, I filled some of these little alchemy bottles that I got these from Joann's, and I just filled them with resin and mica powder because it's the fun thing to do. Apparently, I greatly enjoy, and I have a bunch of them on Tamsin's shelf. So those are Deacon's little bottles, but there's a whole bunch of them back there. Some are filled with just straight mica powder, and then I resin sealed the corks. I have what I collected after our cat passed. I collected a bunch of the I don't know what to call them. They're when the cats when their nails like shed. I don't really know what to call them. Anyway, they're parts of my cat's claws that like fell off or he pulled off, but they're almost whole. So they look like cat's claws. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool, a little like alchemy component, you know, claw of cat or whatever. I do have some of his whiskers too in jars for Tamsin's alchemy shelf. I don't know if I can grab them without knocking everything off, but I will try. So, this was meant to be a quick video. So yeah, I have a bunch of these filled. The two big ones in the back aren't filled with anything. I think I'm gonna go out and get like leaves and crumple them up and maybe like, I'm gonna make one a jar of dirt because I think that's funny. Basically, I'm gonna fill one of these with dirt. Yes. Jar of dirt. You're awesome if you know where that's from, and it should be obvious. But so like, oh, this one isn't fully cured, but like this one is I think gold in that, and then this one is the claws, which just a little way, you know, make him part of all the time. This one was more gold and orange. These two are mica. Ooh, is that loose? No. These two are mica powders, but I thought they looked kind of, I don't know, like witchy. I don't know why they're like all over the thing, but, and then this one was like, I was kind of inspired by Felix Felicis, I think that's how you say it, from Harry Potter, which is the luck potion, although that's not really what this is supposed to be, it's just a potion bottle. And then the last big one is just, but it moves still because I didn't cure it all the way, and it's got half rounds in it that I thought, well, you know, maybe they can kind of look like I don't know, eyeballs or something floating around. I don't know what else to do with the big ones because I have a couple of them. And this one, they don't sit flat, like, so they don't have a completely flat bottom, but, you know, it's fine. And then I think I need to find or make, or maybe even commission somebody, because I'm terrible with clay. I need a mortar and pestle, because, you know, what herbologist is, or alchemist even, is worth their salt without a mortar and pestle. And I kind of feel like I need something. I'm missing something and I can't figure out what it is. So And I think I'll get her some more plants for the top, because she's got a couple of these, which I found these at Target in the I can't remember, basically in the dollar section, but they were magnets, locker magnets, but I thought they'd make really great like doll diorama props, and they kind of do. And then she's got this little cactus. I'm not really sure where this came from. And when I got Demona, I put the Grimorum on her shelf because it kind of looks like a little witchy book. She's got a bunch on the bottom, which I need to make a bunch of those too. I suck at making doll-sized books though. I'm like, so I don't want to do it. And I can't find the ones that I want on Etsy or anything, and I don't see anybody who makes custom ones, so I'm like frustrated. Yeah. But he looks a little odd standing next to her now, because she's in her story outfit and he's just in clothes I threw on him because didn't want him to be naked. Yeah, but for now, lots of plans, things are coming together, working. That ends up looking. So it's just his face, it's too dark. But yeah, so things are happening, things are moving, trying to get things done. Really though, the shop has been doing really well, so I'm really trying to focus and make sure that I do stuff every month for the shop. I might not do anything next month, and then I'll pick up in August with some maybe pre-Halloween stuff, or fall if I can find the right fabric. I've been kind of addicted to Spoonflower and their fabrics. It's where I've been getting some of the big bolts, or the big bunches of yards that I've got, because those are all people creating their own patterns, so I like supporting small businesses where I can. But I think that's kind of it for now, other than the few crafts that I've been doing, posting on Instagram when I can, or when my internet works. Commissions are open. I've sent a couple out. You can find all the info if you're interested on my website. I need to go and add the additional fabrics that I have on there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Hopefully I can get ahead on videos in the next couple weeks, so that I can like have time and not feel rushed about the things that I want to get done. So yeah, I've been watching everybody's videos. I haven't been able to comment. It seems like when I try to comment, it doesn't go through. So I like everything though. Hopefully YouTube gets its shit together and I can comment again. Yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for hanging out, and sorry this is a 30-minute video. It was meant to be like 15, but y'all know how I talk. Oh, thanks for hanging out and watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.